Hello everyone. This is Michael. I'm from China, and I'm Chinese, and I'm very happy to meet you guys here. And I would like to briefly introduce myself. I'm the professional business assistant, interpreter, and English tour guide in China. And I started and work in Canada for 8 years, and then after that I back to China just because I think China has more business opportunities. And then I work as a sourcing agent, business assistant, and English interpreter for so many clients. And I also work as an English tour guide for so many foreign friends and visit China uh, for and visit China together. So I know because I'm the person that I'm Chinese, but I live in Canada for 8 years. So I know both Chinese culture and the Western culture. And I have so many different friends from all around the world. And they are so interested about the Chinese culture and Chinese lifestyle. And they ask me some questions about China, including the lifestyle of the Chinese people. They always ask me a question: what is the lifestyle of the Chinese people? Personal thing, difficult question for me because it's very hard to answer. What is the lifestyle of the Chinese people? Why? It's because China is so big. Okay, it has so many different regions, and in different location, the geography and the climate and the history can be so different, so different. Even the food, the style of the taste of the food that the people eat in different location can be much more different. For example, the Sichuan people they like to eat the spicy food, and the Hunan people also like to eat the spicy food as well. But the Shanghai people and the Guangdong people they don't like to eat the spicy food. Okay, this is very popular in so many different locations in China. So it's very hard to answer what is the lifestyle of China. Even the personality of the people will be much more different uh, due to the different location in China. For example, the people who live in the northern part of China, uh, they are more aggressive. Okay, but they are much more strong. Okay, and the people who live in the southern part of China, um, they're not so aggressive like northern part of the people. Okay, and the personality would be much more gently or something. So this is because we have so many things determine the different culture and different lifestyle in China, like the history or like the climate, like the geography. Okay, so in China we don't have a one unified lifestyle or only one lifestyle in China. It's not possible to have. Okay, so what we have, although for so many foreigners, they think most of the Chinese people they look very similar. Okay, unlike in America we have they have so many different people, right? Because most of the people they're immigrant from the other countries like Africa or like Europe, like the other Asian countries. So they have a different skin color. Uh, they're so different, because I study in Canada. Sometimes we have teamwork. Our team we have 8 people, but we have like uh, 3 to 4 skin color, different skin color. But in China, for most of the foreigner, when they see the Chinese, they think it's similar because the skin is always like is yellow, Um, but it's so different. It's so different. As I said, that I just mentioned before, we have the different cultures for the food, for the personality, okay, uh, but also for the language. Of course, in China we have one official language, which we call as Mandarin. Okay, Mandarin is the official language. No matter where you're from, if you are from Shanghai, and I'm from Guangzhou, if the Shanghai people speak Shanghainese, I will not understand. Okay, if I speak Cantonese, the Shanghai people will not understand. So we need to have a one official language to communicate. The official language is Mandarin. Okay, um, so if you really want me to use one word to describe the Chinese lifestyle, I think is I would like to use the lifestyle diverse lifestyle. Okay, because we have a different lifestyle. It's very hard to use one word to describe all the lifestyle in China. The only word I can use is diverse. Okay, diverse lifestyle. Okay. So far, because I have so many clients from so many other countries, and so far most of the clients they know about China. They only know few cities of China, like Beijing. Beijing is very famous. It's famous for the Great Wall, Forbidden City. Um, Xi'an is very famous for terracotta army. Okay, and Shanghai is also very famous because Shanghai is the economy and commerce center in China. And Guangzhou and Shenzhen is also very famous because Guangzhou is a very important places for doing international business. We have Canton Fair in every year. Okay, so many people they will come to the Canton Fair, come to Guangzhou to buy the products and then ship to their countries. Okay, but however, China is so big as I mentioned. It's not only these cities. It's not only we don't we are, it's not only has Guangzhou or Shenzhen, Beijing. We have so many other cities, but most of the region in China right now is not city. It's the rural places or it's a village places. Most of the people in China they still live in village. So if you really want to know about China, you cannot only visit by Beijing or Shenzhen. If you want to draw the complete integrated picture of China, if you really know about the China in a deeply way, you need to visit so many different places in China. Okay, including the village, the small city, the small town. If you visit those places, you will find the lifestyle of the people in those regions, in those locations, are completely different than the people who live in the big city, such as Guangzhou, Shanghai, and Beijing. Uh, Before so many Chinese, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, so many Chinese people they would like to leave the village and live in the left the village and then choose to live in the big city like Shanghai and Shenzhen because they found that in the big city will have more business opportunities. This is correct. I don't deny that. In a big city is will have more business opportunity than a small city. Has more business opportunity than a small village. There's no doubt about that. For example, if you are the young person and you live in a small village, how many business opportunity you will have? Many village even doesn't have a even don't have a factory. If you live in the village as a young people, if you live in a village for a long time, the only thing you can be is to become a farmer in China. So for getting more business opportunity and for better personal development, of course you will choose to left the village and then leave the village and then go to the big city to find the business opportunity. So that's why I said I don't deny that big city has more opportunities than the smaller city than the village in China. Okay, but many people they move to a big city and work the benefit for them is to get the business opportunity, but the cost for them is also very high. For example, in Shanghai, Shanghai is the economy center and the commerce center in China right now. It has a lot of the big and international company that is established in Shanghai. Many famous company, their headquarters is in Shanghai. But will also raise up the costs of living in Shanghai. Unless your salary is very high in Shanghai, otherwise you have to spend the costs for renting the room, for food and beverage, for the transportation costs in Shanghai. It's so high though. If you only work for the company, if you are not, your salary is not a high salary, it's difficult for you to buy a houses or buy an apartment in Shanghai. It's not possible you have enough money to buy an apartment because it's very expensive. Okay, and Shanghai is so crowded. It's so crowded. If you take the subway and take the subway in Shanghai, you find a lot of the people, especially during the rush hour. Lots of the people in the subway, it really made you feel uncomfortable. And the lifestyle in Shanghai, I have to say that it's so fast, so competitive. The people more aggressive. Why? Is because the competition is so big. You have to always invest yourself on the education. You have to know lots of the news of your industry, of your company, or even of the world. You even must know the world to make sure that you are not lag behind from the competition. So in Shanghai, I have to say that, of course, Shanghai is so attractive. You know, they have lots of big company, lots of entertainment, and have an international atmosphere. But it also makes the people feel very tired. And it's difficult for the people to have a saving because the cost of the living is so high. They have to spend the money in so many different ways. So although your salary is so high, after you spend all the fixed costs and variable costs, you will find that your saving is not too much as you imagine. Okay, so Shanghai is beautiful, but Shanghai is also makes the people to feel so pain. So after the people live in a big city like Shanghai or something, but they found that the lifestyle is so tense in Shanghai. The degree of the tension is so high. So some of the people, they start to think what they really want for their life. And some of the people finally move to a small city, move to a smaller town, or even move back to village. Why? Why? In those places, it doesn't have lots of the business opportunity. They don't have a business or lots of the business opportunity. But one good thing for those places is the lifestyle is so slow. They can enjoy the so slow-paced lifestyle that they will never get it from Shanghai. The people the lifestyle in the small city, small town, and village is much more comfortable. Even the air is so fresh and the water is much more clean than the city. And the people, they are more nice, you know. If you talk to the people who live in the city, because they don't even have so much time to talk with you, you know, to chat with you, because they are always busy for their life, for their survival. But in the village, it's different though. The people, they have many time, you know, they will sit down under the tree, you know, and they would like to talk to you because they have more time. They have more casual time. So many people, they decide to move back to a village uh, just for enjoy the comfortable lifestyle. and they don't like their lifestyle to be very fast. They like the slow pace lifestyle. Okay, uh, and the lifestyle in the village or in a small city in China is different. It's so different than the big city, though. Okay, um, the people who live in the village in China, they would like to sleep more early than the people who live in the city. Than the people who live in the city. Personally, I think that's why we made personally, I think that's why we made the people who live in the village more healthy. Because I think the people who can sleep early is much more healthy than the people who sleep late. Okay, so China, the most developed cities in China is the coastal cities because they are close to the ocean and are much more close to the world, close to the other countries, and also for the other cities, uh, and also for the other cities, uh, which are not the coastal city, but they live in a more inland. But for the city who live in the inland China, they are not so international as the coastal city. This is for sure. I'm sure for that. Okay, and so we have so many different lifestyle. I think now I would like to talk about Beijing. I would like to do some comparison between Beijing and Shanghai. I think Beijing is also a fast-paced lifestyle city. But when you compare Beijing and Shanghai, you will find that Beijing is the lifestyle in Shanghai is slower than the lifestyle. Sorry, the lifestyle of Beijing is slower than the lifestyle in Shanghai. Why? It's because the Beijing people has more history than Shanghai. The history in Beijing is 800 years. Okay, and Beijing people, they would like to uh, spend their time for their to know to study the culture, to be more sociable than the Shanghai people. So that's why it makes that the Beijing people, the pace of the Beijing people is a little bit slower than Shanghai. And personally, uh, I think Beijing is much more much more comfortable than Shanghai. You know. And Shanghai is so young, you cannot find so many old culture or old history in China in Shanghai. If you want to find the history, if you want to find the old things, old history in China, you have better to go to visit Xi'an and Beijing, okay? But not in Shanghai. Shanghai is only like 200 years old or something. Okay, and Shanghai is built by the Western people, not built by the Chinese people. So that's why many expect people they like to live in Shanghai because Shanghai is built by the Western people because uh, many places and many territory of Shanghai it used to be the colony of the Western countries. Okay, if you go to the Bund, you will see lots of the building. You can see the architecture style. It's not China. It's not built by Chinese people. The architecture style is Roman style or Chinese style or something. Okay, so for the Western people, if they go to Shanghai, they will not have so much homesick because or some places is exactly the lifestyle as they live in their own country. So they don't have so much homesick for that. Okay, but Beijing is different though. The Beijing is more has more history than Shanghai. So the people in Beijing love the history. They don't like to spend so much time to think about the money. talking about how to earn the money. Although they don't have a very high salary, but that but they still can find lots of fun for their life. Unlike in Shanghai, in Shanghai, the cost of the living is so high. If you don't have, if you don't pay, if you don't spend lots of your time to think about the money, it's very hard to you to find the happiness. Okay, between Guangzhou and Shanghai, I think Guangzhou is the pace, the pace between Guangzhou, the pace of the lifestyle between Guangzhou and Shanghai is almost the same. It's almost the same. Okay, and for the city like Shenzhen is very dynamic and very young city because it's only like 30 years old. And the biggest industry in Shenzhen is the electronic products and high technology. And most of the people in Shenzhen, they're the immigrant. Okay, Shenzhen is used to be a small village only, but 40 years ago, China changed its policy, so it makes Shenzhen from a small village to a big international city. Because most of the residents they're the immigrant, so makes the cultures so diverse and and so and and the people are more dynamic. And another good feature of Shenzhen is it close to Hong Kong, so it's more close, it's more international than other cities of China. Okay, and also some cities in China they are very slow. The lifestyle is so low. Okay, and for example, I like 2 years ago I visit Yunnan Province. I went to a city called Xishuangbanne. It's the it's the it's a southwest. Live in Xishuangbanne is a city that close to Vietnam and close to Laos. Okay, the lifestyle in Xishuangbanne is so slow. I don't know why it is so slow, and the people they don't like to walk. Okay, and most of the people they like to drink the tea. Spend the whole afternoon to do nothing. Uh, if you really want to have something that ask them to help you, and it's very urgent, and you talk to them, they look at you like very like this way. They think that they feel very strange. Why you're so nervous or so stressful, And so that's why I found the culture in China is so different. Uh, because China, we have a long history. Like 1,000 or like 2,000 years ago, in China we have so many different countries, and so many different places have so many different lifestyle and culture, and this situation will happen until right now, until now. Okay, so I think so. I think the so diverse lifestyle in China makes China so colorful. So it's very important if you really want to explore China, please visit more places in China and feel the different cultures of China. Okay. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you very much, and I will continue to make a good video for you guys. And see you soon. Thank you very much, and have a good day.